5 books that every man needs to read to date successfully. Today we'll be talking about 5 self-development books that will help you to elevate your dating game and really become more confident in dating, in approaching women and talking to women and asking for dates, and also dating successfully and finding that relationship that you want to have one day in the future. Hi, my name is Dr. Kovanen. I'm a registered psychologist, a relationship therapist, and a coach for men who are either in relationships already or are dating and looking to become more confident in dating and talking to women. So this channel is really designed for you. If you are someone, if you are there and you are feeling like you would want to be more confident in dating and really want to find a long-term relationship at some point, but at the moment you're lacking confidence, or you're feeling like really you're there on your sofa scrolling dating apps and you're really stressed out because it's not working out for you, and perhaps you're wondering there isn't the right person for you, or why would women even be interested in you. So if you take one thing from today's video, is essentially it's the message that I want to bring out to you, is that you can absolutely change your lacking love, but it requires very specific kind of work. And you may say, I don't want to do any work. Well, when you wanted to get your current job, you didn't get it just by sitting on your sofa and hoping for the best. You had to go out there, whether it was that you completed that application on your sofa, but then you had to go out there, talk to people, and maybe it wasn't the first. Usually it hasn't been the first job that you got. So in the same way, dating requires very specific kind of work. And this is why I'm bringing these 5 books for you today, because potentially they can transform not only your dating life, but your life on the whole. And you are worth it. You are worth investing in terms of time and effort, and potentially some money too. One thing I want you to really take away is that self-development leads to more success in your relationships, success in your life, and happiness. The more you understand about yourself, who you are, the better relationships you have all around. So these 5 books today will definitely help you to become more self-aware and also have more concrete steps in going out there and meeting more women. And if you are interested in this type of content, then do subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified of the new videos coming every week. Okay, but let's now go into these 5 books. And I know that you will love these. These are absolutely brilliant. And all of these books have been written by very experienced either psychotherapists, psychologists, or scientists. So these books actually have evidence-based information and advice for you. So you are in good hands. So the first book I would love you to read is this Love Factually, 10 Proven Steps from I Wish to I Do by Joanna C. Welch, PhD. And she is this amazing researcher and previous professor who has written several books on dating, and they're all fact-based. So she started putting together in books all of that dating research that you need to know so that you know how to date in the best way. And please remember to get this revised and updated edition. This came out last year. And I have previously even spoken with Dr. Welch about her series of books that will help you to know the science of dating and what actually works. So in this book, she tells you everything you need to know from scientific point of view about what works in terms of online dating or offline dating. And she also tells her own story of finding her husband in just 7 days of being online. It's incredible. When you read this book, this will give you so much hope that there will be someone out there and there are steps that you can take and you can find that person that you really want to meet. So Dr. Welch has put in this covers, in this book, all the science, all the research there is. And this is for your benefit. So you will know what works and what doesn't work when it comes to dating. The next one I would love you to get hold of and read is this Wired for Dating: How Understanding Neurobiology and Attachment Style Can Help You Find Your Ideal Mate by Stan Tatkin, psychologist and marriage and relationship therapist. So in this book, Dr. Stan Tatkin talks about the attachment styles, which I'm sure you have already heard about if you have been following any relationship or dating related accounts at all. Dr. Stan Tatkin talks about in this book in a very clear way about attachment. And attachment, of course, refers to first of all, to our first relationships in our childhood and that bond between a child and his or her first caregivers. And those early relationships then create blueprints which guide your reactions to relationship situations. And why do we need to know this? Because the better we understand ourselves, the better relationships we have, because we know where certain reactions are coming from. And attachment adaptations then guide our adult relationships. And this may explain why you have perhaps ended up in a certain relationship as an adult, or why you might find certain dating situations or relationship situations difficult. So when you read this book, it will help you to become more clear about yourself, but also to understand common dating situations and understand why perhaps this woman you're dating, why she's behaving in a particular way or so. This is really beneficial. It's really kind of foundational information that you need to have when you are dating. Dating Essentials for Men by Dr. Robert Glover. And in this very straight talking book, Dr. Robert Glover talks about how to become a very confident dater, how to not end up in the friend zone. And friend zone is, of course, a man's really this dreaded place because you don't want to end up there. There is no way of getting out of a friend zone. And in this very straight talking book, he will give you steps on how not to become what he calls is a girlfriend with a penis, but instead find your inner confidence as a man and how to approach dating situations in a confident manner. If you are a hesitant dater and you are there sitting inside and hoping that you would have the confidence to talk to women, or you are worried about rejection, this book will give you step-by-step approach to getting out there and building your confidence through talking to more women. And this book will also teach you about how to end things in the best possible way if you discover yourself being in a situation where you do not want to continue seeing a particular woman anymore. So it's an all-round book that will really help you to elevate your dating game. And if you do want more one-to-one support with getting out there, getting more confident in dating, I offer dating coaching. And to book a free consultation, you can find the details in the show notes. But let's now talk about the fourth book that I would really love you to read and get more depth really into your dating game. The fourth book I would love you to read and that will help you to really elevate your dating game, is Deeper Dating: How to Drop the Games of Seduction and Discover the Power of Intimacy, by Ken Page, who is also a psychotherapist. And I've worked in the past 15 years or so with men who come to me when they've already ended up in relationships, and they have struggles because they don't really know themselves, and they've just ended up in this relationship and they don't really know themselves, and they're not really sure if that partner is even the right one for them. And this book, A Deeper Dating, helps you to identify what it is essentially your gift in dating. What is it about you that it is so unique, that is this unique gift to the world? And if you lack confidence, you may think that there's nothing special about me. Why would a woman be interested in me? But this book will really help you to identify what it is that is so unique and special about you and will be attractive to the right woman. Not just any woman, but to the right person. And that doesn't mean that there's just one right person in the world, but to this great woman who is a great match for you. So it helps you to identify those qualities that really are attractive to the right person. And finally, the final book you need to read to have better relationships. This is The Compassionate Mind Approach to Difficult Emotions. Difficult Emotions Using Compassion-Focused Therapy, by Chris Irons, who is a clinical psychologist. And why have I suggested this book? It is because so many men who I work with come to me and they say, I don't really understand my emotions. I realize that I end up in these difficult situations in my relationships, whether it's in a current relationship or in my previous relationship when I was with my previous partner. And now I would really love to be better at understanding my emotions. And emotional intelligence and knowing yourself and what is going on in your, what I call it, this emotional landscape, is absolutely vital for the success of your relationships. Because the better you understand these emotional states, what is going on in your body, then you'll get information about what is really important to you in life, how things are affecting you. It is a little bit like, you know, in your car, you've got the dashboard and you've got all of these lights, and they will signify, do you have enough, whether you are driving an electric car, so whether it's being charged enough, or whether you're driving a petrol car, or, you know, whether your tank's got enough petrol to go on. And if those wires were clipped, all of those lights would go out and you wouldn't have a clue what's going on under the hood. And the chances are that your car would actually stop quite quickly. So in the same way, by understanding your emotions gives you information about how things are impacting you. And when you know that, okay, I feel in a particular way right now. Okay, so this is because this situation is affecting me and this is important to me. And when you understand this, that helps you then to take better action if required. Because you are not just acting on the whim or just acting on the emotion, but you actually have knowledge about what is going on for you. So this book will teach you about emotions and teach you about tolerating those difficult emotional states, because emotions are like a wave. It comes and then it goes. But you learn to tolerate that wave. And many men haven't learned that. Perhaps you didn't witness your father being that role model who is able to tolerate their difficult feelings. Perhaps no one really taught you about emotions. And this is the society that we've lived in, unfortunately. The men have not been encouraged to know about their emotions. So this book will be like a gift to you, because it will help you to understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, when you go into a dating situation and you are feeling in a particular way, you can assess that information that you're getting. And you can also help yourself to ground yourself and to feel better and more connected in that moment, because you understand yourself. Whereas if you are cut off from your emotions, you may feel really anxious, but you don't quite know why, or you might act on the emotion and without really knowing what's going on underneath. So all of these 5 books will definitely elevate your dating game. So you can go now and find the links to all of these books in the show notes. And I would love to know if you have already read any of these books, or which one's going to be the next one you will be reading. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and hope to see you in the next one, which will be out next week. You take care now. Bye.